All right, okay, guys. So I want to go over how to better write video scripts and how to better write ads. So I'll quickly explain what the current methods of writing ads are and kind of how we go from the most basic level to how we can create ads really fast with AI that have equal, if not better, quality. So let me just pull up my whiteboard and kind of go over the entire thing. So let me just delete all this. So at a high level, there are a bunch of AI tools, right? So there's like Claude, there's ChatGPT, and what I found is that although there are clear differences in the quality of writing, the process in which we write the content is a lot more important. So generally, for writing content or copywriting, Claude is the best right now, but maybe that'll change in the future. But I think the process in which we write the copy or the process in which we write these video scripts will stay the same, or at least stay the same for the time being. So at the lowest level and the kind of like the laziest level, what we can do is we can just prompt it and say, write me ads for my product, right? And this is okay, and it'll give something that seems accurate. But I think the problem with this is that it doesn't have enough context about your brand or what is actually good sales copy. So this will create a bunch of copy that probably will not convert. Okay, so this you can write a lot of content, but this just won't convert. So what is the next level? So the next level is maybe giving it context about your brand, right? So you give it context about your brand, kind of like what your product does, the people in your niche, their pain points, so on and so forth. And if you use AI plus this brand information, the copy is a bit better. So this is I guess level two. Okay, so level two, and this is better than this level one, which is just like prompting it. So what is level three? So level three is what's better than giving it context about your brand? It's giving context about what's already working in the marketplace. So instead of guessing what ads will work or guessing what type of videos will work, we can just find out the exact videos that have a ton of ad spend, and because they're spending a ton of ads, then we know that this copy is working, and more than that, it's working right now. So maybe in a month or so, this ad will start working. But for the time being, if we see that they're spending a ton of money on it and um, it's been up for a year or so, then it's working, right? So we get the ad, and then we give it context about our brand and our product information. So just like before, we have all this content that we will kind of feed the AI alongside the content that is currently working and is doing really well. So this is hyper relevant, hyper detailed content that will perform, and this is like probably a 100x improvement of um, from tier one. And this doesn't only apply to ads or video content or emails, right? So this can apply to content, literally any type of like any form of writing, any form of anything. What like at a premise of what we're doing is we're just finding stuff that is working, that is proven to be working, and then we combine it with content that we have or info that we have, and then we create a bunch of content from this. We test the data, and then if it works, then we just create more and iterate. So that's the entire process, and at a high level, that's how you create content that actually performs. So in this video, we're gonna go over like how to actually use the ads that are performing and create variations of it. So essentially, this is like a example I have, and this is a video sales letter for a software called Hyros, and this is the entire transcript, right? So what you can do is you can transcribe the entire video, and you can create the template for it. So you can use any tool, and in this case, I'm using Claude. So what we're doing is we're creating a template, and this is the template for the entire video sales letter. So you can see that it has the opening hook, um, credibility, social proof, first CTA, personal intro, right? So um, I just want to spend a few seconds to highlight the importance of the template. So the structure in which the video is written in is more important than the content itself. And the reason that is important is because if you mention the content out of order, it literally will not perform as well as if you just copy the entire format directly. Okay, so here is like the order of this stuff. So this is 1, this is 2, this is 3, this is 4, right? So there's 5, and let's say you decide to switch it up and you decide to present personal information before opening hook. The reason that this will not work is because people will watch this, and because you might not have enough social proof, they will just hop off the video. Thus, the reason that the opening hook presents the product and the problem is because it will hook them in before we introduce the authority figure or ourselves. So that's just an example of why the structure really matters when we are copying ads across different platforms or different content formats. So first, just to reiterate, we are getting the template for the content, and then the next step is we want to get a table for all of the components in the content. So what I mean by this is that you'll see that within each template, there's like different pieces that you can just replace. And what we're replacing is information about our niche and our product and our solution. And you'll see that in the table there are a bunch of stuff. So there's stuff like product name, main benefit, benefit 2, benefit 3, guarantee, name, your name, title, credibility, right? And at a high level, let me just explain both paths. So what we can do is, like, let's say we have the template here. So there's option 1, which is you just tell it to copy it and you use the brand information. So that is option 1. The option 2 is you go the second route, which is you fill out this table first, and then before you write the entire ad script or the entire video script, you review the table before you generate the actual script. So there is probably a 20% improvement in efficiency from option 2 compared to option 1, because it is a lot easier to review this table compared to just reviewing the entire video script. Okay, so what I mean is that if you go ahead and just create the video script, it is a lot more time intensive to review the entire video, because you have to read the entire script, and then you have to analyze it, and then you have to manually edit it, and then you have to make sure that it's coherent. Okay, so this is like very, very time intensive. Instead, the better option is you create a table and you just fill out all the information, right? So this isn't the entire video script, it isn't the entire ad. We are just filling out all the information, and then if there's issues with any of this stuff, let's say there's a problem with social proof 4, or there's a problem with annual loss, we can easily just change it in this table, and we can review this entire table before we generate the entire script. Okay, so just to summarize, what we want to do is we want to create the template. So create the template that we can copy. We want to create a table, and the purpose of this table is just to get all the information first and allow us to review the stuff before we create the final result, which is the entire video letter. And this will probably cut down the amount of revisions and edits that we have to do with the final ad script or the final video script, because we already know what it will fill in. So there isn't going to be a lot of variance. Okay, so that's a lesson for today, which is we want to just do it in steps, make sure that we review it properly, and make sure that we are following the template very, very carefully. And I think this will improve the conversion rate plus the amount of customers that we get. with this process and workflow.